All right, welcome back. We're going to take another break. Today's a break day. We had a lot of food yesterday. So we removed the clamps that I showed you. They're over here. These are the sink savers. And then we took out the PVC, which was on painter's tape. Painter's tape on the polycarbonate. Double-sided thin. It's a very unique brand and specific one. You don't want thick stuff. Concrete will start sneaking underneath it. And then we put this PVC edging on top of that, and then we had a bunch of little braces every couple feet to dam it up. And then this morning we took out all those edges and just flipped her over, and I'm just wetting it down. I understand most people aren't using my UHPC. The water cement ratio is so low. There's hardly any water to begin with. At this point, it's probably over 12,000, 13,000 KSI, PSI. So obviously flipping was not an issue. I just flip it, put it on the same mold edging that it was on, let it cure uniformly. I've been asked about curling. So there's only one thing, at least in the decorative world, probably in all concrete world, but the only thing that ever causes curling or warping of this piece is going to be on the higher water cement ratios like GFRC, glass fiber reinforced concrete, and stuff like that. There's water in there. So the water, if the water's not trapped, it will. Hey Bill, how you doing, man? Happy second day. All right. Well, thank you, sir, for that compliment. And beautiful wife or girlfriend you got there. So what happens is uneven curing, uneven moisture loss. So if you got a 1/4 inch thick piece, a 6-inch piece, and the water is heating up through hydration and turning into vapor and getting out or evaporating, you're going to have uneven curing. So obviously it's drier on the top than it is on the bottom. It's going to shrink. It's going to pull and bend it, so you got a U in it if you look at it at the side. So that is the way to avoid that. Is I'm really anal about curing. So it's not about putting on heat blankets and spending a lot of money. It's about trapping whatever moisture you have. Now with UHPC, with Steel Lake specifically, we're below 19 water binder ratio. So with that low of water, it needs every drop it has. It's actually designed so that not all of the cementitious material even gets activated. 19% water binder ratio is not even enough to hydrate everything. And it leaves some, about 20% of it is never activated. So if I'm outside and there's a crack, a small crack, you shoot it with a 30-30 or a shotgun, you blow a 6-inch hole in it, it's not like it's going to close up. But if it scratches or you got an interruption in the sealer, if you're using a sealer, if it's decorative concrete, you got a little baby crack in it, water's going to go in, reactivate it, and actually form new concrete. So because of that, every drop of water counts. So I'm putting blankets over it, I'm trapping it with garbage bags first, and then I'm putting moving blankets over it and just letting it sit for 2 days. There was a fellow artisan who was all excited, went on Gurus and was telling the big guys like Cody and Jake, look at me, I'm doing a huge piece. He never had used Steel Lake on a large scale, and he poured this table about this long and decided to flip it the second day. Well, not good. So obviously it cracks right in the center, hairline crack. He couldn't even see it. He thought it was flexing. It wasn't flexing, it was cracked. And then 2 days later, he went to seal it. One of his guys went to the end and just picked it up, and it just structurally failed. So, I'm in no rush, and if I got a customer that says it's got to be in tomorrow, I don't care how much money they throw at me, I'm just not going to do it. So we placed this on Saturday. I did a live video. Most people saw it. And then we just demolded it today. So what is that? Saturday, Sunday, Monday. What is today? Tuesday? Today's Tuesday. So placed it on Saturday and demolded it Tuesday. And I'm going to probably be able to seal it later today because I was patient on letting it cure. So all I did is flip it over, wipe it off with water. And I'm doing that to do two things. One is because the cement water binder ratio is so low, there's unactivated cementitious material. I'm just activating anything that might be on the surface or some somebody got a hair, somebody got into it, who knows. Then I'm going to be buzzing it Claudio Dinella technique. Hey Claudio, happy holiday. Chen and I want to wish you and your beautiful family a happy holiday. Then I'm going to be taking this Mercasander, put a backer pad on it, and I'm just going to have it damp with like a bottle of water, and I'm just going to go with about 180 grit and just lightly buzz that, and that'll get rid of any, I don't know, proteins, oils from fingerprints, things like that, and then when I seal it, it'll be a uniform mottled color. If you don't do that, and I do have customers that don't want it to look that clean, I don't do the edges. So what I do is I don't buzz it, and if I don't do that, you get like this very random, light, microscopically thin haze. It's almost like a grout haze, but it is activated. It is strong because I'm wiping it with water. And you get almost a cloudy look, and there are customers that want that. This particular customer saw this sample buzz with the Claudio Dinella method. Thank you, Claudio, I think. Yes, thank you. And that's what they want. So that'll take, I'll do that live. That'll take less than 3 minutes to do this piece. So now we're taking a coffee break, and then we're going to flip the big sink. And this has, and I may have said stainless steel, this has the low carbon fiber. This has composite rebar, as you may have saw in the video. If not, you go back to the video, you see it. This one's loaded up with the 1/2 inch composite rebar. I only used the 3/16 of an inch on that one because it's really not, it probably didn't need it, but I'd rather over-engineer it. This guy went 1/2 inch and went across the corners, went down the edges, and that was pretty important because, again, we're flipping it. I also used PVA fibers. Now, synthetic fibers, scientifically speaking, kind of, I mean, they do something for sure. You know, GFRC and polypropylene, and I've heard of bamboo, and you name it, it's out there. When you get into high-strength concrete, it's really good for green strength. So like today, the PVA fibers, and that's the only reason I put it in, because I'm doing an unusually quick turnaround. Today, the PVA fibers are probably doing a little more than the metal, because the metal is so much stronger than the concrete until the concrete catches up in strength. The tensile strength on my metal fiber is right about 50,000 pounds. So technically you can almost hang 50,000 pounds on it. PVA, alkaline resistant glass fibers, they'll snap at a couple hundred pounds. So, but they form a great fiber matrix. When the concrete is softer than the fiber, it'll kind of hold it together enough for us to do what we're doing, even though we're at about 12,000 PSI. So, that is it for now. I'm going to go have coffee, and then I'll just do a live flip on the big thing. And then actually later today I'm going to seal them, so I'll do one. But I'll do that. That's boring. I'll do that on my personal page, on the Steel Like Sealer page, or the UHPC page. I didn't want this to be a Steel Like commercial. It's more of just, hey, one way to attack this when you're doing a cast. All right. Happy holidays to the number of people watching. And I'll come back a little later.